He would go out at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Haribo. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting of his names. Haribo, Haribo. Every day the sun will rise, and every day the sun will set. Haribo, Haribo. What's the value of your life if devotion you don't get? Haribo, Haribo. Take the name into your heart, take it with you when you part. Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting of his name. Haribo, Haribo. Yashamati Nandana, Brajapadanagara. Haribo, Haribo. Jehovah Adonai, Yahweh Jesus Christ. Haribo.
OGE Beats.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Let's have some fun, man. Let's go take a trip to Vrindavan. Why not? Charge up. Get some light, man. Real light. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna. Woo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Woo! Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. This is really the Garden of Eden. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, my Lord Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
OGEbeats.com.
Hare Krishna. Woo! Hare Krishna. Sahaya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jesus, Srila Prabhupada. 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 Shri Advaita Nityananda Gauranga Gauranga. 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 Gauranga Gauranga Gaurachandra. Nimai Vishvambara Gauranga. Nimai Vishvambara Gauranga. Nimai Vishvambara Gauranga. Nimai Gauranga. Nimai Gauranga. Gauranga Gauranga. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri
It's LC the beat guy.
Gauranga. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Gauranga, Nityananda. We're a madly happy bunch here, huh? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Purchase your
Rama
tracks
Rama,
today.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Purchase your
Rama,
tracks today.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda. Yeah. Man. Unbelievable. Oh, man. Now I know what auspiciousness really means. It's inconceivable to the regular mind, the Lord's showing me some amazing things, like how powerful just believe. This is why, the reason why you need to hear a lot is just to become convinced. Because just by believing, now I see what Jesus said, those who believe in me, all their sins are forgiven. I'm telling you, man, Krishna's showing me, doesn't matter what you're involved in this world, regular duties, whatever it is, just by the fact you give even a little respect to what we're doing here, much less real faith in what we're doing here. Whatever you are, your little faults, and Krishna doesn't look at them. We're worse at that, right? We look at the faults more than Krishna does. Krishna's thinking like this: man, you believe where I'm working, where it's such a rare place that it's very hard to understand. See, this is a quote by Haridas from the Bhagavatam. It's very hard to know where, when, how, and through whom the Lord's transcendental potency is at work in this world, because the Maya is filled with illusions everywhere. But if somebody, by good fortune, sees where that place is and goes there, see? What is that verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, that the Lord Caitanya quoted? Oh, blessed are these foolish deer. That's us. Because they have approached the son of Maharaj Nanda. See, that's where blessedness is. So that's where the Lord is. He's in the deity, he's in Vrindavan and all that, but he's more in where the living work he's doing according to the time, place, and circumstance. That's what I notice. I get reports, people, involved in like pani and noodles in their household and everything, just because they believe in what's going on here. Oh, protected, happy in heart. Why? Because the Lord said, oh, you believe where my devotee is actually where I'm working through my devotee, where I'm really working, where you can feel the Shuddha Bhakti blessing, man, really conclusive truth. Oh, no, just for that. That's what they see, Lord Caitanya. I'm telling you, this is the most important principle. I always like that statement, those who believe in me, when Jesus said their sins are free. I thought, wow, what a statement. Yeah, and I just naturally believe. Yeah, I read a few verses in Book of John in 1970 something, early 70s. And all of a sudden I'm lifted into I just in my heart said, I believe, I just believed. I just knew that this person was the son of God, man. Boom. See, but you may have to work your whole life up to get that faith. That's why I think he carried it through, because that was just, read a little book and boom. And that's why you see 5 videos and it'll lead boom. It must be some past life. Fanny, boom, Amy, boom. And it's always faith. You see, the common denominator, everybody is faith in what is going on here. Faith in this word, faith in this ecstasy, taking shelter of it, surrendering to it, just from your intelligence, not surrendering you. It's just you realize, oh yeah, man, this is where real happiness is. See, Amy's right up to the bat. Bat's right up. She said, yeah, I can relate to that. See, that's what it is. See? That's it, man. That's why, this is truly a Jesus trip here. I'm not trying to imitate. I'm just noticing. I'm just looking at symptoms. I'm looking at, wow, he said that. I could say that too, because that's what's happening here. That means the Lord was working there and he's working here. I'm looking at symptoms, not looking at like trying to some false ego. See, false ego is you say stuff, but it's not true. It doesn't work. There's no promise keeper thing. Krishna doesn't show that stuff. He doesn't show you where that kind of level of auspiciousness is. Like when I'm preaching Bhagavatam, sometimes real heavy and everything, that only applies to the non-believers. If you believe all that, the stuff isn't looked at in the Bhagavatam. The stringent laws don't apply to you simply because you believe in taking shelter, where the Lord's giving you shelter of his transcendental potency, which is powerfully here. And that doesn't apply to you, the stringent laws. It's only to the karmas, the karmis who follow the laws of good and bad, right? Karma. They're always more or less unhappy in this world, even. Not much less than that. They're always happiness and distress, and it's always temporary. And then when you die, you come back here. You're obligated to come here. You're attached to your works here, right? That's what brings people back. It's not like God wants you to stay here. Why would he want you to put in a hellhole like this? It's because we are fallen into this condition and we don't have this knowledge. Like in the Bible, it says, my people are suffering because of a lack of knowledge. That's why Bhagavatam is here. And it's not meant to be really spoken by speculators. You should hear the Bhagavatam by the devotee Bhagavat. What I mean, you rhythmics out there, what are you thinking there? You're thinking, well, no, we don't need you. Come on, man. What a boon it is to actually hear things as they are and to see that kind of mercy of the Bhagavatam in action in 2023. Where people are getting the most tremendous happiness and shelter. See? Why not, man? Why not take the bliss? Why not go back to the garden? It's here. Yeah. Why not take advantage while it's here, man? You never know. Prabhupada taught these things. It's not in every lifetime you get a bona fide spiritual master. Bona fide spiritual master is a real associate of Lord Caitanya. And then Lord Caitanya says, yes, you go and you distribute this at this level. See, that's what Jesus was for the Jewish race there, beginning with them. Because, see, the highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. See, not just the Jews. Just like you see our preaching here, it's not just for the Vaishnavas. Of course, we use the Bible and the book, the Vaishnava Vedas, because God speaks through them. And there's very valuable lessons when they're extracted, the essence is extracted from them. Especially, we have Chaitanya Leela, which is all about the extraordinary mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Just like really the New Testament was about the extraordinary mercy of Jesus, wasn't it? Extraordinary mercy of Jesus. It was extraordinary. That's why they made a New Testament. See, and the Old Testament was harsh, just like the Vedas taught by Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta were harsh, right? Ooh, you renounce, you give up, you must. But this is the New Testament. This is the New Testament of the mercy of Lord Chaitanya being brought out again, revived. So you don't have to follow that old path on the Wailing Wall. Look at that. Many Jews are still on the Wailing Wall after 2,000 years. But many persons realize the mercy of Christians when you see a role model. You got to see a role model ultimately show you. We're all babies, and you got to see a role model, a mother and father who is whole. See, a whole person, a realized person is whole, complete. They're both spiritually androgynistic because they're married spiritually to the source, known by many names: the Great Spirit, Lord Chaitanya, Krishna, Radha, and Christ. See, they're connected now with their spiritual source. They're whole. You need to see a person like that. You got not just a book. That's a good beginning. But you got to see a role model, a person who really knows that Lord that hardly anybody knows, that Bhagavad Gita says. That's inspired by that Lord. That is empowered by that Lord. That speaks on behalf of that Lord. That is madly in ecstasy of communing with that Lord. And you got to be one of those out there. Think, whoa, I would also like to worship like that. Isn't that basically what we're doing? I see Lord Chaitanya worshiping like that. I think, I would also, Lord, like to worship like this. Now, why wouldn't you, anyway, that's why I'm very happy, because I simply received the Lord. See, the Lord came here. I'll tell you the verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita, beautiful verse of flowers. Lord Chaitanya came to accept the path of acceptance. Follow that path, world, and you will be extraordinarily happy beyond your dreams, beyond what you can dream of. You'll know what real auspiciousness is forever. You will be freed from the cycle of birth and death forever. Lord Chaitanya, listen closely. Lord Chaitanya came to accept the path of ecstatic love. And how did he do that? You want to be a doer? Do this. He went to an ecstatic guru, Isvarapuri, who got his ecstasy from his guru. See, that's the line, ecstatic line. From Madhavinda Puri, he got it. And Lord Chaitanya saw him weeping. He was chanting Hare Krishna, and actually tears are coming to Isvarapuri's eyes. And he was in drunken ecstasy. And Lord Chaitanya, I want this above everything else, above a man and a woman and wealth and all that. I just want to chant like you. I also want to relish that happiness that you are. I see there's an auspiciousness beyond anything there that you're involved in. I want to also get involved in that. Right, Amy? Right, Freddie? Right, Tarun? Right, AK? Pandi? I also want this. Can anybody relate to this? Could you imagine Lord Chaitanya meeting some dry person like the other example in our Chaitanya Leela, like Ramachandra Puri, who was a dry guy. He was also a disciple of Madhavinda Puri, but he didn't have that blessing. He was just a dry guy in false ego. He just wanted to merge with God. He wanted to be God. He wanted to be guru. He was also sannyas. See, that's what, so out of all of the real disciples, of all the disciples of a real guru, can you ascertain who is the good son? Better than good. Not just good, because you could be a good son, but it ain't good enough, is it? not for this path, not for what we teach, not with what Lord Caitanya taught. It wasn't good enough. He said, you could be a perfect Brahmin and you can't even purify yourself, much less anybody else. That ain't good enough, is it? Who's teaching this level of mercy? Oh, you could be austere, but Lord Caitanya said, not by austerity. Krishna said that. Lord Caitanya said this. And Goharidas repeats, not by austerities, not by renunciation, not by sadhana bhakti, not by mantra chanting, not by offensively chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. You can, Krishna Das Kaviraj says, you can chant this Hare Krishna mantra for millions of lifetimes and not see the praying that Lalita has and Johan has. But there's a big but. But if you associate with these kinds of devotees, it's through, see, this is the verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's through the devotees who chant holy name in great ecstatic devotion, like a Lalita and Johan or anybody else here that gets that kind of taste. Even those that may not even be at that level, just because they're connected. See, everything is in force here. All the Lord's transcendental laws, and they're beautiful laws, wonderful laws. All you have to do is believe in them and you get the grace. Is in force here. Lord Caitanya says, my devotees are eternal. Krishna is eternal and my devotees are eternal. And the good news, even if you're not awakened, you say like you're a sim, you're kind of awake, and you give respect here. Even if you become a devotee of a devotee, if you work on that your whole life and you realize, oh man, this is the real shelter here. I'm going to stay here. Oh, you're also considered eternal. That's why you got to hear. That's why it's really important. If you come here and you come here, I'll convince you because my Lord is very convincing. He's convinced me. He's convinced Lalita. You're around a lot of convinced people. And because of that, they are very happy, more happy than any these elites. So you elites out there, you want some, you guys like treasure, right? Yeah, you want money, you want wealth, you want, hey, well, you come here, we'll show you what real wealth is, what real happiness is. Because they're still looking. Everybody's looking for happiness. The elites are looking for happiness. And the Vaidhi Bhaktis, the gurus are still, they think maybe I get a few more disciples and I'll be happy. Maybe I get a few more dollars from the brahmacharis going out there collecting for me. I'll be happy. And they're not. See? But whatever you're doing, you could be a false guru. This is what I learned here. You could be a false anything, because the whole world is basically false anyway. Anything you're doing is ridiculously, low class, really. There's nothing high class in this world. You can be whatever you are, but just by faith in where the Lord is working in his transcendental potency, by faith in that, he covers all problems, all our deficiencies and everything, and just gives himself to the devotees who receive him. See, Lord Caitanya came to accept the path of ecstatic love. How about you out there? Anybody willing? Because it's being presented. He came to Ishvarapuri, who was an ecstatic guru. Well, do you see that going on here? 365 days a year? Do you see disciples who have accepted the path? See, you got to become the path. What is this? You want to be guru? Why don't you want to be a disciple? And follow like Lord Caitanya did. Otherwise, you don't follow like Lord Caitanya did. You don't get this. You got to come and accept the path of ecstatic love. Where it's presented. Well, is it presented? Ask the question. Is it presented here? What else would ecstatic love look like? What else would conclusive truth look like? Anything better than this? I don't think so. I haven't seen it. Following the path. That's why all you do. You come and hang around for a while, you'll see extraordinary things, extraordinary happiness. How can you not? The whole problem is people have not seen this extraordinary happiness. Therefore, they don't know it exists. They're unaware of it, right? They're not, and all the sanghas in Vaishnavism, they're not aware because all been no show. Oh, I'm sorry, we can't show you this extraordinary happiness. Because to be honest with you, they don't got it. Because it's extraordinary. It's extraordinary. Somehow or other, I don't know. Somehow or other, I picked it up without actually having a living guru. Thank God. Otherwise, it would have passed it by again. Everybody be thinking Lord Chaitanya's grace is something else. Lord Chaitanya's path is something else, like now, except in this Sangha. Here, you see, a sage is not a great sage unless their opinion differs from others. You come here for a while and say, well, Gaura's opinion, they're definitely different. They say they're in the ISKCON, they say they're a Hare Krishna movement and everything, but what's being presented here is a bit different. It's like mature, like a mature opinion. See? That's very powerful. That brings the same kind of result that was planted on this earth 500 years ago, this ecstatic worship. So what do we got going here? Why don't you read some comments, Lara Lolita?
Okay, I will go to Facebook then.
We got them percolating out there. So it's a percolator.
I have a nice one, a big one of funny. I will read that first because it jumps in my eyes. Every time I go to the hospital, they ask me why I am always so relaxed and happy. Very simple. I follow the right path where dear Sri Agora Haridas guides me through everything. Chanting takes away my material pains. I now go through life with a real, sincere smile on my face. No
Wow.
one will ever take this away from me. Yeah,
What is extraordinary about Fanny? Is she a big scholar? Did she follow a bunch of rules her whole life? What is it? What's extraordinary is the faith that she has naturally.
Faith.
And from that faith, all these things come. When you really become, because I know how it is. I've been doubtful before. I know how it weakens the heart. Weakness of heart stays there. It's like a pain in the heart. It's horrible, actually. I mean, what a lesson that was when to have doubt. When I had doubt in Jesus because I heard the preaching of people who were non-devotees. They had no devotion. Also, because I was held by that faith. And then I read a book or something by the people. Oh, he's just a sun god, and it's just this and this. Oh. And then I lost faith in Krishna too at times. And they say, weak. So it's all about that faith. So, by hearing here and seeing faithful people and the result of that faith, after a while you trust it. Because you'll see it's more trustworthy than faith in the world. What is faith in you got to have faith in something, otherwise, because we live by faith. And people just have to learn to where to put your faith in that is trustworthy and brings real happiness. People have faith in money to bring them happiness. It really never does. And that's the big lesson. They have faith. Well, if I'm a big guru, then I'll be happy. With a big following, I'll be happy. They have faith in that path, of basic speculation. It's not really authorized to take disciples and let them worship you. You become an idol if you can't do the job. Yeah. It's just logical. You're not really fully honest. It doesn't matter how sincere you are in your speculations. Still, you're not following the law. See, the law is very, this level, is without speculation. Better to become a real disciple. This Prabhupada taught it. Better to become a fool before the spiritual master than being something, in your speculations.
That's what Krishna brings. That's what Krishna wants. He wants us to be happy, faithful, find shelter with him and nowhere else. And we don't need all that blah 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 and show what we know and how learned we are and
Yeah, the journey,
about
the
God.
journey is, yeah, the journey is simply that, is to come to the point of saying, oh, faith in that is not really right because it's all material out. And this is called Maya. People don't even know this. They're just somehow looking for happiness. Maybe it's faith. They have faith. Oh, this woman, she likes me, or this man, he likes me. Maybe if we get together, they see it's a faith, in this person that this is going to bring happiness. And it's always a letdown. Everything is except this. This is the bring up. This is a let up. This lets you go up and up and up and up. It's a ladder you continually climb and never fall down. Everything else is you step up and then boom. See, this is what you learn having the book Bhagavat and a devotee Bhagavat together. Even you see, okay, listen, can you learn this? You can't, doesn't it make more logical sense? See, to those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy, got to do our Bhagavad Gita 10:10 at least once. With loving ecstasy, I give them the understanding of how to come to me. I give them the real knowledge. That's transcendental knowledge. And that's what Jesus said. The Father knows the Son, and the Son knows the Father because of this loving ecstatic relationship. It's true, it's blue, and it's wonderful. Okay? And then if you listen to those persons, what are you going to get? No spec, you get their revelation. See? And it's backed up by the scriptures. So it's solid. If you hear enough, and how can your mind not become convinced? You see the result of faithful devotees becoming so ecstatic and staying day after day. They found something solid. You don't see any holes in Lalita's shelter now, right? You see, it just the rain just keeps running off there. You go to her class or something, you feel like there's shelter here, man, because no rain, there's no Maya there. So that's the more mature phase. See, your faith, you stay in faith, and it becomes easier and easier because you see, wow, day after day. I mean, this is my journey. It's just I can trust you, Krishna, man. I looked around. I was looking for a better happiness than your chanting and your ecstasy and your happiness. I'm sorry, I find that. I even went back to Jesus. And I see Jesus wants me to go here because as I get in more extraordinary realizations, revelations, and ecstasy. So I realized it wasn't a betrayal. I thought I betrayed if I go, No, it's just a moving deeper. I like it. More logical, reasonable God. And that's what I preach. This has been an upgrade for me. I don't need to be bewildered. Well, Lord Caitanya didn't die for your sins, so leave the path because Jesus died for your sin. I don't have to go that route. No, you don't. The devotees that come here, they don't have to die. I mean, they might die because you preach the truth. There's a lot of envious people around, especially in religion. Especially, that's why Krishna says ultimately abandon it because a lot of snakes there. They wrap around. See, snakes wrap around Krishna's legs. There's some deity like this. Shiva has snakes around. He's a realized soul, but he's got all these snakes around his neck. See, they guard. They actually guard. Only the devotee is. They're beyond the envy and jealousies and all that. That's why you need such association. It says in Bhagavatam, beautiful verse by Yamaraj in his preaching to the Yamadutas. He says, the Vishnu Dutas, they roam in this world. See, that's the guru, man. They're Vishnu Duta, complete knowledge. You need that. See, they roam around and people come to them. They get protection from the envious. Nowhere else can you. Nobody can see them. Snakes, right? They're in the grass. Hard to see, they're in bushes. You can't see them, and they bite. You know, like there are many people in the desert, you know, they put their hand in a bush. It looks like a simple bush and it's bitten by a snake. Hiding. See, that's the world. They're hiding. But the thing is, they're coming out now. They're going all around. They're all over social media, the Grammy Awards. The snakes are all coming out, man. It's amazing. I mean, I find it fascinating. You know, you only find it fascinating and not like, oh, when you got this mercy. Even though you're happy amongst the snakes, just like Krishna. It doesn't, the snakes are coiled around his feet, right? Look at Lord Caitanya. He showed the same pastime. A snake came and he just laid on its hood, the cobra, right? Big hood, big cobra, you know. Oh, he saw that and he just laid on the back. There's no problem with that. What's the meaning of that? See, all this stuff is revealed here. See, that's the protection you get. Yeah, lay back. The snakes are all over this. Oh, I lay back on Krishna. Because who surrender to Krishna, you get the same thing because you become a servitor to the Lord here and you can lay back on the, you know, no problem with the snakes. You see, they're also servants of the Lord, protecting the Lord. You know, you got to come in the narrow gate. This is a narrow gate. This is it's a Jesus trip. Yeah, it is. The narrow gate is here again. I can see the little, too bad, man, but it's true. I can't believe this is actually happening. It's so like, wow, man. Narrow gate is back. It always has to be back. Every true follower of a disciplic succession is always the narrow gate. Their opinion is always different from the masses of Vaishnavas, the masses of those who are want to be acharya. They want to be an acharya. Yeah, I never wanted to be. I just wanted to be with the Lord.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, spontaneously, things started happening. You know, everything was always spontaneous from the very beginning. I just pick up the book and boom, spontaneous ecstasy. I pick up Prabhupada's books, boom, pick up the mantra, boom, spontaneous. It was always, you know. So that means previous life. I did what you did, doing now, because you'll be like that too. You're already like that. So what you are now, what you bind on earth, see, Jesus teaching, beautiful teaching. What you bind on earth, you bind in spirit. See, that's your spirit, right? So now you come here, you know, as soon as you get the book, as soon as you got the videos, you know, very easily, boom. See, and then whatever is there clears off pretty quick. See, and then your next life, no, none of that. You're there. You're there wherever you are now in your worship. So everybody, you just stick here. You'll become ecstatic like the devotees here. You're on the train, man. This is the fast track. This is the express train. It's not the tugboat, you know, chugging along, you know, many lifetimes, you know, thing. No, this is fast track, man. We show you. Oh, you come here. Oh, I'll give you more logic than you got from 1,000 of those gurus. I'll give you more clarity than 1,000 of those gurus because the Lord gives me that clarity. I pay it forward. He gives it to me. I give it to everybody here, and I get more. See, give and you shall be given more. I don't have a lot of money to give, but I have a lot of this to give. If the Lord keeps giving, I keep giving and get more. Where do you think Jesus knew this secret? He didn't have a lot. Why would he say, everybody thinks materially, right? Oh, give and it'll be given. I'll give you, you know, he was thinking, no, I'll just give these realizations. What the Lord is giving. He goes on the Sermon on the Mount, prays, gets all these, blessed are the pure in heart, they shall see God, you know, and all these beautiful sayings. And he gives this to the world. His disciples give it also. And they get more. This is the way it works.
Talking about Krishna pleases him a lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, it's the only talk that pleases him. And especially when it's real, it's true. Oh, man. He gets really ecstatic.
Otherwise he cries.
Yeah, otherwise he cries. You know,
Like throws with the pots.
Yeah. That's why you can trust your heart now. You know, you pick up a book, even Prabhupada's books. Who knows what they do with it? If your heart says, put it down, man.
I
Right?
didn't.
Put it down. Yeah, put it down. You know, who knows what they do it? Your heart knows, though. And it feels crying. Put it down. Who knows? They've probably rewritten it like they do a lot.
I'm mixing it.
So, yeah, we have Krishna's protection here now. You know, so Chaitanya Leela is very nourishing. So stick with that. So read something else. What else we got?
Okay. Going back. Freddy says there is no lack of knowledge in the Holy Scriptures. The only problem is that they are not spoken by self-realized masters or teachers.
Yeah, that's it. That's why you see, I love Vedas, and our devotional scriptures are so pristine because they say it really clear and as things are in perfect formula. See, by the action of the book Bhagavad and the devotee, the living devotee Bhagavad. See, this love of God is communicated. See, if that's where we're we're teaching this level. See, if there's the action of the book Bhagavad spoken on the level of the principles of Vaidhi in there, because they're in there too, rules, regulations, all that, right? And spoken by a devotee Bhagavad, what do you get? Rules and regulations. You follow that path. Whatever a great man does or teaches or says to do, common men follow, common devotees follow. See, but this is the next level. See, by the action of the book Bhagavad, because the Raganuga principles are in there too, spoken by a devotee Bhagavad. That's a real one, not a fake, not a wannabe, not a pretender. See, pretending to be, but can't show and doesn't show. If I'm going to speak about these principles, it'd be better to be spoken about from a person that actually knows them and is relishing them and experiencing them, because then they have impact. They change people. This was the thing. I was in the Narayan Raj group of the Radhakund Babaji. I didn't see the change. Where's the change in people? Oh, Raga, Radhi, Rupa, but no Rupa, no ecstasy. Where's Rupa's ecstasy? No, not even the highest. They're all dressed in whites and looking, going around. I mean, I'm not to fault them, but that's only because now everything you studied there. Okay, fine. You want the result. You want the rupa. You want the raga. You want the raga nuga. See, raga nuga. Raga means rasa. You see, you want it tangible. You want the substance. You want to taste it like Lord Caitanya did, like we're doing. We're showing that path again. Well, you got to go where it is. Where is the well? Why are you tired of going to dry wells? Dry wells is there's the Raganuga Bhakti. There's the Raganuga person. There's the Raganuga path. You go there and the well, where's the water? The water is this ecstasy. Where is it? You got to see it, right? You got to see there's water in the well. You got to drink the water in the well to see there's water. But if you go to a well and say, yeah, we're a well, and you go in there and you're not getting any water. Where's the rasa? That's the water, right? See, look, so Lalita, she came to this well here and said, well, let's see if there's any water in there. And she found there's water, plenty of it. Doesn't seem to end. Endless water, just always bubbling up, man. She's found the fountain of life. Better than that.
Oceans and oceans and oceans.
So go ahead, read on. Get the Tarun stuff too, because Sim's getting used.
Okay. Then, do you want me to go to Tarun?
No, just continue on.
First, I read, Amy says, it's like, wouldn't you want somebody or someone to be ecstatically in love with you? Like you wouldn't want someone who you love to only love you a little bit or with conditions. You want them to love all of you and with limitless depth. Ola, now it's gone.
That's okay. That's good. That's good enough. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the way the Lord is. It's just as we are, because in spirit is perfect. The Lord is perfect, and our spirit is perfected in the Lord. Yeah, bodily stuff, we just, we're here just for a time. Yeah. But our
It just
spirit is meant
release.
to work. See, the Lord has given us that ability to
Yeah.
worship Him in spirit and truth, like Jesus said. He started it. See, Lord Caitanya brought it more, fluffed it out more, and so that we're reviving that path again. We're the first fruits. The Jesus disciples also said that. They said, they knew they were the first fruits because they didn't see what they got from Jesus anywhere. They didn't see any teachings. They didn't see any happiness that anywhere. And it's the same here. For the Vaishnavas, this is the first fruits of this level of bringing forth these experiences of this kind of worship, with the laughing and the crying and choking and the going deep into the spiritual happiness of God. That's what we're doing, basically. What people see here is the reflection of what on the mirror of the devotee of their happiness. That's how this path is taught, and only this way. You got to look in the mirror of the devotees to see the reflection of God, basically, which is actually the real truth. Otherwise, you're looking in the reflection of God in the world on the mirror of illusioned people and getting a twisted version. See, this is the clear, clean version of God. See, it's called absolute truth, eternal truth, the way things as it is. See, you need to see that. Otherwise, and that's called knowledge. You get knowledge there. Otherwise, you're looking in the world and getting ignorance, twisted ideas, twisted truth. Yeah. Material things is wealth. Yeah, that's where the real wealth. Isn't that people spend their whole lives trying to get rich? They don't know what is real wealth. Real wealth is this relationship with your source that we all have. This is the knowledge people need for the welfare of all. Well, it doesn't matter who you are in your body or your role in this as Bill Gates or Schwab or Biden or Trump or Jai Pataka or Radhanath. This is what it's all about, is to come here and get this kind of relationship. And come to this world and meet a real rare devotee who has it. And you look in that mirror and say, oh yeah, that's clear. That's why, the Lord's one of his qualities and his devotees' qualities. If you're seeing a real devotee is, they have uncommon Krishna conscious realization. Right there, Prabodhana said it, his poem. Uncommon Krishna conscious realization. That's why the Lord works through a Sudha. He wants to show this special realization and understanding transcends dhotis and neck beads and tilak. It's beyond the clothesline. It's a line of what? Clothing. You ever see clothing lines? Superficial, You go, oh yeah, this is in fad, this kind of clothing. See, you got to go to the real clothesline. The clothesline, who's clothed in the ecstasy of love of God, life's ultimate goal. Right there, right? Chapter 23, Majja Lila. Life's ultimate goal is love of God. Who's got that? Who can show that they got that? Who can show they're an authority like that? Who can show they're a real guru and spiritual master? Who can show it? Otherwise, how do you really know? You don't even know that you don't really know. That's how bad it is. It's not bad, but that's where things are. People don't even know that's the standard. That real guru should be a devotee Bhagavat. They should be the word that you read in the book, life's ultimate goal. Do they really have it? Can they show they have it? Can they show that they are the book Bhagavat incarnate? Because the Lord is in them, in their temple, rocking and rolling and grooving and everything else. Having a great time, jolly time. Expressing in the world. There they this The summum bonum of that prayer, the actual proof of that prayer, thy will be done on earth as it is in Vrindavan. Can you see that? You come and listen here and you check it out and see if you can see that. Go ahead and read on. What else we got?
Okay. Tarun says the sword, shield, and club, the conch blows the vibration through the toxic world. So, and Sim says it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, read
Maybe
that
I
again. I don't know if it made sense to me.
the sentence is the sword, shield, and club, the conch blows the vibration through the toxic world.
Yeah, I can kind of get that. It's like basically because God is in everybody, but when the soul is here in the world, who's supposed to represent the God, they think they're looking at the world as at worldly things and worldly people, worldly teachings, in ignorance and more or less ignorance of different levels of ignorance and passion and goodness. They're looking through that lens. So the Lord is, and it's all twisted, and they give you a twisted version of reality. See, the devotee is looking at the transcendental Lord in love of God. See, love of God reveals the true Lord. See, and so the Lord brings that. See, it's for the devotees, they have a four-arm form. If you're a real devotee, you've got to have that if you're preaching here. Two-armed also, but they have, like Lord Caitanya showed that he many armed forms, you know. He had the two-armed and the four-armed, whatever was needed. You know, the club, the lotus flower, the conch. The conch is also important. See, to blow the this is the what do you call, the announcement of the good news. See, you don't have you have to have that power to announce. Nobody can speak like this unless you're empowered by God with the transcendental news. And he says, "Okay, blow the conch." It's what we're doing here.
Yeah.
This is what basically we're doing. We're blowing the conch. Many are called, few are chosen. The few, we heard the conch would come over. Oh yeah, there's Sadhu Sangha, Lord Chaitanya's grace place. Well, yeah, we're up for it. We're ready, man. See, they heard the conch. Not everybody hears the conch.
That's actually Krishna is calling you. He's present here. He's shouting. You're
Yeah. You hear it?
That's it.
The Lord's looking for that kind of conch. He's heard the, come on, man. He wants this conch.
Sweeter sound.
Hey, can it continue?
Amy says this is the exact opposite of superficial. This is raw, spiritual essence coming out of the background and into the spotlight of our hearts and consciousness as a result of hearing this word and vibration.
Yeah.
I don't know why Karuna always says mute. Do I have to mute my mic in between? I don't know what he means.
I don't know what he means. Talks either. Yeah. I don't even see I don't see his comments. I don't know what he might be on something else.
Well, you can't see the comments here in the restream, but when you go to Facebook, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's on. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. He might be blocked. Maybe he's blocked on some. I've blocked him a couple of times.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Let's get something up here.
Birch.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Amy says, wow, that literally sounded like a foghorn. That was quite an amplified rose blow. It's true. Rose
Yeah,
really
yeah, yeah.
sounded like a conch when you do it.
Yeah. I'm just going to read a couple of various verses here. Lord Chaitanya, this chapter 20 of Madhya Lila, Lord Chaitanya instructs Sanatana Goswami in the science of the absolute truth. See, this is what's lacking in the world is the science of that. See, it's a science. It's methodical, and it's what people need to hear to get into their eternal roots. Otherwise, you're just rooted in your families. You know, everything. You know, like people. I remember there's this series on TV, and everybody got into it. People, the Africans were looking for their roots and finding their roots in Africa. But see, we have roots, all of us, black, whites, Chinese, everybody, you know, even the lizard people, all of that stuff, all of this Maya on all different levels and demons and everything. We all have our roots, ultimate roots in the absolute truth. And this is the knowledge that is beyond. That's why I say this knowledge is beyond the Illuminatis. See, the Illuminatis are still blinded by self-interest. See, in their selfish interests, and therefore this is hidden from them. Everybody has to come through the narrow gate, just like they have secret initiations and all that. And their stuff is really, it's not clean, man. It's selfish, and it hurts people. It's destructive, all that stuff. See, this knowledge is life-giving. Even the early Christians, they knew this. They spoke the words of life. The words of life are eternal truth. This is life's ultimate goal, is the eternal truth. It's only known by the ones who have achieved that level of consciousness of this loving, ecstatic relationship. See, the science. So you need to hear. See, there was a person, Lord Caitanya, who is empowered because of his love of Krishna. So you need to go to learn the science of absolute truth from such a person. Well, you know, Lord Caitanya demonstrated he was worshiping the Lord in loving ecstasy. Sanatana just demonstrated being a real disciple, very came to the real receptive to hear these teachings, very appreciative. See, therefore that meeting was very fruitful. See, bore the true science. So that's what we go over here. If anybody listens to the true science of Krishna, of the absolute truth, then you get out of the ignorance of illusion. You won't have faith in the illusion. You won't have faith in any level illusion, because we're preaching the absolute truth as it is, not some lower level of it, not some mixture of Vaidhi or Varnashram Dharma, you know, mixed in with the science of the absolute truth. No, just the pure science of the soul, and we show where that fits. Okay, that's for beginners. I don't have faith in the Vaidhi to purify my soul. I have faith in the science of the absolute truth, purely as it is, the pure nectar. They talked about this. The real devotees, they're like chakavaka birds. They take only the water that comes from the cloud. They don't drink it even in where it's mixed in. Or if they do drink it, they siphon up only the pure stuff. You got to be like that to be a real teacher in this world. You got to be relishing that pure water, see, and then you give that pure. That's the life for people. You got to show them where real life is, and whoever has faith in your word and your testimony, boom, you get what Jesus said. Hey, anybody who believes in me, your sins are forgiven. Anybody who believes in my disciple, my real disciples' testimony, who have the Holy Spirit, because they got what I got, they're in the line, they're part of the real family, they're in me, I'm in them, and we're in the Father. See, if you hear from somebody like that on their testimony, their word, boom, you get the same blessing. And that's how we work here. Same thing. That's why people become ecstatic listening to Lalita or Johan. See, they believe in the testimony of somebody who is in that kind of relationship. See, I'm in Prabhupada. He's in me. Demonstrated. See, and we're in Lord Caitanya, right? Can you not see that? Do we not show that every day? That the blessing is here? Didn't Prabhupada? I told you Prabhupada came. It's true. It's not a pipe dream. You know, pipe dream is somebody smoking pot or something. Ooh, you know, I had this dream. Yeah.
This dream is very clear, Guru Maharaj. The dream is coming true. Yeah. That dream comes true, so true. Don't doubt about the dream.
See, that's why. You see, you know, a dream is not just a dream if it becomes reality. Matter of fact, some devotees, see, they used to put people they don't know, and they're disciples of Prabhupada and all this, and they're always, not always, but they often speak against what Prabhupada says, you know. They say, oh, that's just a dream. I said, then I quote, I said, well, you know, you could even read it somewhere in the database, you know, that Prabhupada said, if anybody has a dream of the spiritual master, they should take that very seriously. I learned that lesson. I learned by not taking it seriously. By listening to a guru who said not to take it seriously. That was a great lesson. I lost all the empowerment. See, I realize it's the order of the spiritual master, the opinion of the spiritual master. That is the active principle of spiritual life. That's what I teach here. It's the opinion and the order of the spiritual master. Here also is the active principle. If you believe in this preaching, you come to believe with your intelligence, not surrendering your intelligence. You really look deeply into this and see if there's anything better. See? And you believe with your intelligence. See, that's believing in the opinion of the guru. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of bullshit. It's a hypocrisy. You can come here and say, oh, yeah, I come here and all that. But actually, I don't really agree with him. See, then you don't get empowered with that. I've seen it. People. But if you come here from your heart, you're really convinced with your intelligence, like, yeah, man, you know, this is my shelter, man. See? Now you see, now your spiritual life is activated like that verse. You become the verse. You're not a false follower who have a different opinion. See, chapter 12, Adi Lila, it's all in these books. The science of self-realization, the science of the absolute truth. It's absolutely true. These things work. Both sides. If you come here and you say, yeah, you kind of grumbler, you know, you come here and say, yeah, you know, I kind of like the energy here, but you know, I really have a different opinion than Gohar. I don't, you know, I have my own opinion, you know, like this and that. You become you're a false follower. I'm not giving you my opinion. I'm proving to you that this is Krishna's opinion. You can check it in the book. Even if you didn't even see it before, then you'll see it. You'll see that the mercy of Lord Caitanya is really here. See? And then when you believe in this opinion from your heart with your intelligence, boom! You're going to be one ecstatic personality forever. This is the path. See why it's a narrow gate? Narrow gate is the truth spoken by a realized person. Otherwise, that's the whole thing. You know, people don't say, well, you know, that's your opinion, your path, right? That's your path, your opinion. They don't get this benefit. But if you take it on, see, I'm taking on board Lord Caitanya's opinion. I'm taking on the essence of Prabhupada's opinion. the essence of every opinion of all these real Vaishnavas who got the mercy of Lord Caitanya, and therefore I get what I got, and that's what I preach. But you don't take it on. You think, oh well, that's good for you. But I got my path. Okay, go down your road, and I just see people doing it. They don't look really happy to me, man. Sadness. That's always proof is in the pudding, man. I see the sadness. That means my Lord, that's in their heart too, is still a little sad because they're not really following what they could. They might be inspired and everything, but they can't get rid of the sadness. They can't get rid of the human emotions. It can't be transformed into this divine bliss.
No.
I was talking to one lady in a health food store. It was kind of cute, I went in there to get some stuff that I want to do for this parasite cleanse, and she was saying, we've got a nice friendly talk and everything, and she was saying, well, I said, I got a bit of a belly. I think it's parasites because everything else is skinny, except so I think I'm onto it now. I'm going to get parasite cleanse. So she says, oh, maybe it's an emotional. Maybe you have some stuck emotions. Well, I said, well, I don't know. I know I can't just tell her. I said, I don't know if that. I think it's parasites. But they're all, it's because they're on the human level. That level still. They don't understand.
And they don't know you. They don't know you.
Stuck emotions. Are you kidding? If I got unstuck any more than this, they'd stick me in the loony bin. They couldn't throw Lord Caitanya in the loony bin because they didn't have any of those things back then. They couldn't put him in jail because they couldn't figure out, well, what's he doing? There's no law against that, so they can't put him in jail, and they can't put him in a loony bin because there's no loony bins yet.
He broke out and they locked the door.
The loony bins are only now for the modern age. Everything is so friggin' twisted. That's easy to section you. Put them in the section thing. Section them in. Everybody, you listen to crazy people. You wonder why you're going crazy. A lot of crazy people now because a lot of them are sensitive. They find out. That a lot of people are just more spiritual, but people don't understand them, and they stick them in the loony bin. They just need, they need this kind of association, and then they'll thrive. You need to see Lord Caitanya created a new society of devotees that were on this platform, and therefore it could grow really strong, just like we're doing here. You notice how strong it's getting? People are coming in, Yeah, like Lalita was talking about some of the devotees, Fernando, and he's a very intelligent guy, and he's attracted because this is the next stage. He's sincere. His heart is sincere. Yeah. So yeah, and there's another guy. This Carlos is coming. I don't know if you've seen him yet. Yeah, Carlos.
Tarun?
Yeah, Tarun. Yeah. And a Carlos guy is from Italy. He just started coming. And he said, oh, I love your teachings. He's really... yeah, from Italy. Yeah, so...
It's great when they admit that they love your teachings, because those proud ones, how can they be happy? How can you be happy if you live in that illusion of this pride? That's not possible.
They still have... See, that's the thing. They still have faith in pride. See, until you realize that it fails you, everything in this world will fail us. This has never failed me. This is what I love about. Oh, Lord, thank you so much. You've given me something that doesn't fail me in this world, man. Everything. He says, well, that's the teaching of Maya. Maya wants us to learn that. Maya's very happy with me and anybody else coming here learning what won't fail them. That's why she lets go of you. Oh, you're not under her jurisdiction anymore. Can you tell? These who got, but you're not under Maya's. No, you've learned her lesson. She's here to teach you that she's going to fail you in every way. on every material path is going to be a failure ultimately. You may feel that you're a little successful because all paths lie upon Krishna like pearls on a string, but they all lead to a blind alley until you go through the narrow gate. See, you follow. I'm just teaching the essence of all teachings, the best of the best, the purest of the pure. Go through the narrow gate. Go through that rare devotee who has the real transcendental potency and mercy of the Lord, and so easily find what won't fail you. People will not be failed by if you come here. You will not be a loser. You'll be a winner no matter who you are. You will be you can come as a simple person, a nobody, and you will be a somebody and feel like a somebody now. See, because you found your real body, your real spiritual form is your real body, not these guys, bodybuilders and all this. This one unawakened guy, so he's a little awake. I'll tell you, one awake, and he comes, he's looking at me, he's looking at my belly, he's looking at, guy's fat, it's bad. And I'm looking at him, and I say, he's really not awakened, man. He's just looking at the body. And he doesn't know, he's not looking at the spirit. He can't see the spirit. I would have said, you're looking at my belly, and I'm looking at your belly is not filled at all, man. You got no food in that belly. You have no capacity. You're really like, you need to work out. That's what they don't understand, because they're looking. Well, he goes to the gym, he works out, and it's a body. Yeah, I'm happy, body stuff, but he's not really happy. Not really. Never. Always restless. He stays here for a while, then he's got to go somewhere else, and he's got to go here. He's got, I'm going on a trip. See, always looking for happiness somewhere else. He's not going for other people. He's not like a devotee. Like if a devotee travels, they travel for others. There's nowhere I can go to get anything else. It's just, the devotion makes you a little restless, and you want to go here and there and pass on Krishna to other people, So you live for the welfare of others. Otherwise, but people are in the false ego. They don't know. They think they're the body, But it doesn't matter if he has faith, and he actually has a little faith in what I do, and that's his happiness, real happiness. As that's cultivated, you understand. You right. Oh wow, this is what I needed, and then you can go on and do whatever you do. Doesn't matter. You have faith in the real path. That's what the Lord has even shown me. I thought that you needed to be more like, come here every day and all this. No, I saw like through noodles and Pani doesn't necessarily come. He's busy. He got to do his work and all that. But it's because of his faith. He has this connection, and it keeps him happy, and it keeps him solid. You'll see if he ever falls on his face by lack of faith. He'll probably know. He'll realize, oh wow, it's because I got this little thing I got to work out. But it's all just faith in his priest. This all the Lord is, just a little smile for this. When I go in Sankirtan, you see look at the smiles. All these people running. This means so much to the Lord. These people can enter the kingdom because the Lord will come to them. They'll smile when they pass from the body. That's what the Lord did. He did not everybody. He came in, the trees were hearing his vibration and being liberated. Yeah, and by and by, whether it's in the next life or another, but they'll progress. Yeah, there was Madhavacharya. He was this. I think it was him. He was a realized soul. He realized. I think he was, But anyway, there was this pastime with Madhavacharya. I think it was, and he would take prasadam from the dham of Puri, and he would just take a big bag of it, and as he would go somewhere, he would drop it somewhere. And he showed one disciple, he said, what are you doing? He says, well, I'll show you. And he dropped it somewhere, and a four-handed form of this plant sprouted. Everywhere he dropped the prasadam. So the metaphor and the meaning is wherever devotees drop their prasadam, which is actually the word, the holy name, is four-handed forms of the Lord sprout, liberated souls, just by hearing. In due course, it doesn't maybe sprout right away or in a minute, but potentially. That's the meaning when they say if you take a bath in Radha Kund, you get ecstatic love. But practically, you don't see people in ecstatic love right away, but it's by and by. Much less this preaching. This is more powerful than anything. Look at how it's changed your lives, revolutionized your life. Taking a bath in these places would not have done that. Many of you have done that. You maybe have went. Janaki went and took plenty of baths in India. But then taking a bath in these words, look, it changed her whole life. Moved it to another level. Okay, I think I'm done for a while.
Powerful and strong.
Yeah, I don't like. I realizing I don't want to overdo it. When I come this. Yeah, you pick the wind up in your sails, and then you sail, sailing into the wind. Okay, stop for a while. Digest. Okay, so let's play the Fanny song. Oh, wait, give us a word, Lalita.
Whoosh. Yeah, really listening. Yeah, this word is very powerful, Guru Maharaj. Yeah, absolutely life changing, purifying, giving the highest happiness, unexpected. Not knowing that actually anybody could make me as happy as you do, did and do. Uh, not knowing actually that this is what Jesus brought, that this is what Lord Caitanya brought, that this is what actually Prabhupada came to the West. It's for this. It's for this finishing touch, this big, huge finishing touch that you are bringing us.
I'm surprised myself, actually. It's like, really? Wow.
A completely different life that you are giving us.
When I had that in the early 70s, I had that experience where I was lifted into the kingdom of God in the consciousness, feeling, I felt like I felt the love of Jesus coming through me, literally. I mean, I felt his love, his compassion. It was unbelievable. God's love coming through. It was God's love, and I was partaking of that compassion of the Lord upon the world. I was crying. I thought, wow, this is extraordinary. What is this? Is there something special going to happen? And I'm
Is
only
it a
in this
dream?
notice. Yeah. No, this was the when I had the
I know,
awakening.
I know.
Oh,
I
and the
say what
dream.
you
Yeah,
felt. Yeah.
yeah. It's and it's coming. I'm seeing. Wow, this is. Yeah, this is a special time. For everything and everybody. I mean, so many just.
Thank you for being there for us, Guru Maharaj.
Yeah. Well,
You're
thank
saving
you
so
for being
many.
part of this. We're all, it's great.
Yeah,
We're
why
like a
wouldn't
team.
we? Why wouldn't we? It's all receiving full of gratefulness. It's flowing. It's all. The love of God is just fantastic.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fabulous, this whole thing. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. All right, Fanny song it is. All right.
Yeah, thank you.
This song is dedicated to Fanny, our beloved family.
He would go out at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Haribo. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting Hari's name. Haribo, Haribo. Every day the sun will rise, and every day the sun will set. Haribo, Haribo. What's the value of your life if devotion you don't get? Haribo, Haribo. Take the name into your heart, take it with you when you part. Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chaitanya